Cynthia.
Hi, Angelica. We have something for you.
Don't you like it, Angelica? No, thanks. I'm too old for that silly kid stuff.
Too old?
Yeah, I got responsibilities now.
Responsibilities?
That means I'm not allowed to have fun anymore for the rest of my life.
Angelica Pickles. This is actually a costume I've been wanting to do for a while, so I'm a little bit sad that it didn't turn out exactly how I planned, but it still turned out enough that I wanted to post it for you guys. So getting started with the wig. This will not be like a normal wig transformation that I would normally do because this is going to be a cartoon character. Therefore, the hair of her is, well, it's gonna look anime-like. So I did get this wig off of Amazon, and initially I thought actually that it came with the ponytail pieces along with it, but those are attachable with a clip, so you don't have to put them on, but it looks awfully weird if you don't. So for starters, I wanted to blend the pigtails a little bit more into the rest of the hair, so I added them on as securely as I possibly could without adding hot glue into them, as I was moving these around quite a bit to get the proper placement of where I wanted them. And then I took hair from around them so that they would actually look like they were a part of it rather than just a pony or pigtail. And as I pulled up the hair from around it, I also smoothed down the hair from around it with either my hand or a comb. I kept it all together just with a simple elastic that you would use on regular hair. Kind of given Misa more than Angelica, but... And then I continued on with a bow. I did thrift these bows, so they aren't the exact color of hers, but I did want to use as many secondhand items for this costume as possible. These are the closest in color and shape that I found, and the exaggerated size. Though as I said, I wasn't actually hot gluing the pigtails into place, I did hot glue the bows on. If the lighting looks a little bit different in this, it's because this is actually after I filmed everything else, and I end up going back to see how it would look with straightened pigtails, and then further you could cut them and they would look a lot more like Angelica's. However, at this time, like I said, I was already done, but I do recommend if you are getting a wig like this, you straighten the pigtails and then even cut them further into like a little bit wispier. Traveling back in time to my scene phase apparently in this one. But I did have to cut the bangs when the wig was actually on my head because of course I wouldn't know where they would lay until it was on my head. And then I cut the side pieces as well, which sounds really morbid, cutting a side piece. I cut the side piece just so that it almost went to the end of my jawline. Tuck some of that behind my ear as hers is styled. Vacuumed up all of those little pieces of hair because as much as I should be cutting over a mat of some kind, my world is chaos when I'm doing this. Maybe I should take this off for now. And now for the makeup, which is now when you can tell that I did all the straining and the cutting after I did all this, because you can clearly see that each of the pigtails is very curly in its own right still. Not gonna lie, the eyebrows don't really matter because you can't actually see her eyebrows until she like makes a specific face. As for the eyes, as per usual, I'm going in with my cream white base and blending it out with the heat of my finger. And then coming in with a transition shade. Then with a very, very deep and pretty purple, I'm going to be using that on the outer, I would say 2/3 of my eye, blending it into the crease, and then taking it out into a little bit of a wing. In the inner corners, I'm using kind of like a pinky purple tone. And also obviously carrying it all down below my lash line as well, like I usually would. Adding a shimmer to the inner corner with my finger so it's as opaque as possible. Then simply some mascara on my top and bottom lashes, and then finally on my bottom waterline, I'm going really heavily with the white liner. This isn't the same white liner I used on top. This is a ColourPop one, I believe, and it's really just to give you the cartoonistic eyes. And then for my lips, just a simple gloss because she does not have any lipstick going on. I'm adding a little bit of blush, not to the apples of my cheeks, but just below them, almost like where you would contour. But that is it for today's video. I gotta go, guys. I got responsibilities now. You can tell that I've been out in the sun because my freckles are very prominent right now. Now I just gotta change. See you in my next one, guys. Bye bye.